Boxing is often praised for its elegance, precision, and strategy, but sometimes it turns into a brutal, blood-soaked war. In this video, we're diving into some of the most gruesome cuts ever seen inside the ring. These aren't just scrapes. They're the kind of wounds that test a fighter's will to continue. Fair warning, what you're about to see is graphic. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. In January 2019, Marcus Browne scored a unanimous decision win over Badou Jack, but the fight is remembered for something far more brutal. In round 7, an accidental clash of heads ripped open a deep gash in the center of Jack's forehead. Blood poured down his face, blinding his vision for the final 5 rounds. It was a scene straight out of a war zone, yet Jack never backed down. He kept fighting, round after round, with crimson streaks marking every punch. After the final bell, he was rushed to the hospital and required nearly 100 stitches to close the wound. It wasn't just a loss. It was a testament to grit, pain, and the warrior spirit of boxing. In December 2017, Francisco Vargas and Stephen Smith went head-to-head in a gritty, close-quarters battle. But what defined the fight wasn't the scorecards, it was the damage. After multiple head clashes, Smith suffered a gruesome ear injury that left his ear partially detached. The fight was halted in round 9, and Vargas was awarded a technical decision. Smith confessed he didn't realize the severity of the injury until he saw it on the big screen, describing his ear as flopping everywhere. It was a bizarre, brutal reminder of how quickly boxing can turn from tactical to terrifying. In 2005, Antonio Margarito faced Sebastian Lujan in a brutal welterweight showdown that quickly turned into a blood-soaked spectacle. Margarito's relentless pressure and punishing right hands took their toll. But it wasn't just the punches that made headlines. By the later rounds, Lujan's left ear began to split open, grotesquely flapping with every movement. The ringside doctor had no choice but to stop the fight in round 10, awarding Margarito a TKO victory. But the image of Lujan's ear, half detached, surreal, almost cinematic in its horror, became one of the most disturbing visuals in boxing history. A reminder that in this sport, toughness isn't just tested, it's torn apart. In 2009, rising star Amir faced Mexican legend Marco Antonio Barrera in a clash that was meant to be symbolic, a passing of the torch. But fate had other plans. Just minutes into the first round, an accidental headbutt tore open Barrera's forehead, unleashing a torrent of blood that blurred his vision and changed the fight's trajectory. Khan's speed and precision dominated, but the real drama was the wound, relentless, pouring, and impossible to ignore. By round 5, the ringside doctor had seen enough. The fight was stopped, and Khan was awarded a technical decision. Barrera? He left the ring needing 33 stitches. It wasn't just a loss. It was a brutal, bloody punctuation mark on a legendary career. In 2003, Vitali Klitschko stepped into the ring against Lennox in a heavyweight showdown that quickly turned into a blood-soaked war. Klitschko came out strong, landing clean shots and leading on the scorecards. But the damage was mounting. By the 6th round, multiple deep cuts had opened around his left eye, blood pouring down and threatening his vision. Despite his dominance, the ringside doctor had no choice but to stop the fight. Klitschko was devastated, but the aftermath told the full story. He needed 55 stitches to close the wounds. It wasn't just a loss. It was a brutal reminder that in boxing, victory can slip away not through defeat, but through damage. In 2015, Kevin Mitchell stepped into the ring against Jorge Linares for the WBC lightweight title, and what followed was a brutal, high-stakes war. Mitchell fought with heart and precision, even scoring a knockdown in round 5. But Linares responded with surgical aggression, and by the later rounds, Mitchell's face began to unravel. A deep, grotesque cut opened above his left eye, swelling rapidly and distorting his features. Blood streamed down, and the damage became too severe to ignore. In round 10, the referee waved it off. Linares declared the winner by TKO. Mitchell was rushed to the hospital and required multiple stitches to close the wound. It was a fight that tested skill, grit, and the limits of human endurance. In 2013, Denis Lebedev faced Guillermo Jones in a brutal cruiserweight clash that quickly spiraled into a scene of pure carnage. From the early rounds, Jones landed heavy, thudding shots that began to deform Lebedev's face. By the middle rounds, his right eye had grotesquely swollen, so badly it looked like it might burst. The disfigurement was shocking, almost surreal, yet the fight continued. Round after round, Lebedev kept swinging, nearly blind, refusing to quit. It wasn't until round 11 that the punishment finally caught up. Jones won by TKO, but Lebedev's battered face became the lasting image, a haunting symbol of grit, pain, and the unforgiving nature of the sport. In 2019, Tyson Fury stepped into the ring against Otto Wallin in what was expected to be a routine tune-up, but the fight quickly spiraled into a nightmare. By round 3, Wallin had opened 2 savage cuts above Fury's right eye, one of them running the full length of his eyebrow. Blood poured down, blinding Fury and threatening a stoppage. But instead of folding, Fury dug deep, fighting through the crimson haze and rallying to a unanimous decision win. After the fight, he needed 47 stitches to close the wounds. It wasn't just a victory, it was a brutal reminder that in boxing, even the easy fights can turn into wars. In 2018, Mason Cartwright faced Darren Tetley in a brutal clash that ended with one of the most graphic injuries in recent memory. Cartwright's lip was torn so badly it hung off his face, forcing an immediate stoppage and a trip to the hospital. No knockout, no decision. Just a fight stopped by sheer horror. In 2008, Jorge Barrios went to war with Rocky Juarez. It wasn't just a fight, it was a slow unraveling of flesh and pride. Somewhere in the middle rounds, Barrios suffered a gruesome laceration to his upper lip, splitting it wide and turning every breath into punishment. But he kept coming, round after round, blood dripping, mouth torn. He pressed forward like pain was just another opponent to outlast. By round 11, the damage was too much and the fight was stopped. Not because Barrios quit, but because his body had given everything it could. It was a stoppage, yes, but it felt more like a mercy. Too often in boxing, referees hesitate to stop a fight, and that hesitation can lead to brutal, unnecessary damage. One striking example is Gerry Cooney versus Jimmy Young in 1980. Despite Young absorbing heavy punishment and suffering a severe cut over his eye, the fight continued longer than it should have. By the time it was stopped, the damage was done.
It's on the left of the bridge of the nose, actually, and that is in a bad position, as you said. Round 4. And Cooney, impressive in his big major test of his young career. Young trying to come back here.
Young is giving it that alley rope, but dope. What Gerry has to do, he puts those hands up in front of his head. I keep saying, I'm saying it again. Throw that right hand hard to the body.
Young is having trouble seeing out of that right eye.
Jimmy can't see out that right eye at all. There's that right hand to the body. That's the one I'm talking about. There it is again. That's the punch he has to throw. It sets up the other punches.
Jimmy Young gamely, he showed the heart in the 7th round against Foreman, but that was 2 years ago.
Cooked by Young.
Minute and a half to go, round 4.
Both of these fighters know that their career is on the line. This is a fight. Good left hook by Young again.
Jimmy Young has been stopped only once in his career, that by Ernie Shavers back in 1973. The only time.
Cooney's got plenty of snap in that left hook.
He's throwing a lot of leather now.
So is Young.
I mean Young.
Oh, excuse me, Dick. A lot of them on the south of the board. I'm surprised that referee Tony Perez hasn't warned Young more often. Oh, yes, and there was the right hand. A right hand that they said that Cooney doesn't have. A beautiful right hand by by Gerry Cooney. I'm excited.
30 seconds remaining in round 4.
Oh, the referee has to stop
Jimmy
this
Young
fight.
can't see.
I don't know what the referee is waiting for. What is he waiting for?
Tony Perez is looking at Jimmy Young, and Jimmy Young can't see.
He looks like Dino Dennis. That's what Cooney does to you. He breaks you up.
Career is on the line for Jimmy Young, and he is a mess. Final seconds of round number 4.
I think the doctor will stop this fight. Jimmy's blind in there. He can't see.
We're going to keep it right here. The doctor is going to come over now to look at Jimmy Young at the corner. Jimmy Young is a mess. It's all over. The fight is over.
The fight is
Gerry
over,
Cooney.
and deservedly so.
These are just a few of the brutal injuries we've witnessed in the ring. A sobering reminder that boxing can turn deadly in a single round. Thankfully, these fighters live to tell their stories. If this video moved you, hit that like button, share it with fellow fight fans, and subscribe for more powerful moments that honor the warriors of the sport. Thanks for watching.